Okay. Okay, hi. I feel kind of nervous going into the stream. Um, should I move the clothes in the background? That would be good. Give me a moment. Ah! Okay. Um, so things. Okay. 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 I'm a little nervous going into this stream. It'll be a hefty one. Um, I have a lot to say, and I again didn't give myself a whole lot of time. Okay, I'm turning the music there. And put it in my headphones there. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay. Hello. So it's kind of late at night for me. I'm probably gonna go like straight to bed after this, and I have to be up kind of early in the morning. But I really felt that my heart was like calling me to make this stream today. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, again, I have some nerves. I have some nerves going on. It's just, it's kind of a lot to process. Like, my nervous system is still kind of just trying to handle the fact that he has watched some of my streams. So okay. Anyways, say things. I'm losing my mind a little bit. A little bit. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Oh god. I feel kind of insane doing this, but it's worth it to put this out there anyway and just see what happens. Because if I don't, then I'm gonna regret that. So, go all in on one decision. That's irreversible. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna chat for a little bit and then I'm gonna get into the meat of the content of the stream. So, yeah. How have I been doing? So I had a little stay at a little place last week for my mental. I can't really I don't feel that I should open up about what exactly it was about here on stream. But I am feeling a lot better. I took the PHQ-9 on my way out, and it was just a crisis center. Like, it wasn't an inpatient psychiatric ward, but so it was like a step below or step above. Step a little less intense than yeah, they call it like a step down. So a step below an inpatient psychiatric ward hospital stay. But so I scored a 2 on the PHQ-9, which is the questionnaire for determining how depressed you are. And I don't think I've ever gotten that score, so that's great. It was a really good thing for me, I think, because I was working on music a lot while I was there, and at least a lot more than I have in the past. Like, pretty much every day I was coming up with something a little musical, and definitely a musical. And I just, yeah, I don't know, I felt, I don't want to say proud of myself, but I felt like kind of appreciated and a little bit accomplished. They were, the music therapist was really impressed with my skills on the drum. even though it's been like a long time since I've played percussion. So that kind of warmed my heart a bit to, to be appreciated for what talent I already have. Kind of means a lot to me, I think, because it's been really hard to feel like I can build something positive off of what I already have, if that makes sense. Like the step from the steps to getting to where I want to be seems so far away that I just get so down on myself on being down here so much of the time that it's like every single step toward that just doesn't feel like it's enough. So it feels not so great, a little depression giving sometimes, but no, I mean, I feel like I'm moving in a really positive direction. I started coming up with like a writing system for taking down music because I didn't have my phone to record stuff, so I was like, well, how can I like take down what I'm coming up with musically, like lyrically and melodically, in a simple way. I think I like my system. It's pretty simple, and I would think that it would be easy to interpret. So yeah, after and I tested it out like the day after, looking back on something that I wrote, trying to figure out what the like line of notes kind of are. Essentially, it's like it just denotes the intervals between notes, which is very practical anyways, because if you know anything about like songwriting and in terms of like the vocal side, you'll know that things can be transput. And I feel like I'm just speaking to the choir, singing to the choir. Anyway, I guess I don't need to go into that, but anyways, it's just a really simple way to like denote where the notes are, regardless of what key it's in. So that's a lot of fun. And I was coming up with some like drum beats. The music therapist let me use his little I can't remember the exact name of them, but they're like kind of bongo drums. I should know that. I should know the actual name. But he also had like this cool Turkish like steel drum from Istanbul that had a tambourine inside of it, so it would like rattle when you hit it. That was so freaking cool and so much fun. I want drums like that. Hi, it's going good. Thank you for hopping on my stream. I'm gonna be I just remember what I'm going to be talking about on this stream, and I feel kind of insane for it, but like I can explain to you the whole situation. So I'm gonna at some point after I feel like I'm done chatting, I'm gonna like talk about I don't know, I just feel like it's nice to kind of explain what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna talk about, not talk about, but like give messages that I'm trying to send to a person that I'm trying to get in touch with. I know that it's really hard to get into contact with him because he has a lot of messages coming at him every single day. So it's been really hard reconnecting with him. But I know that he's been watching my streams, or has watched some. So I'm hoping that he, catches on to this one and I guess what I'm trying to get across. But yeah. What was I talking about? Yeah, I want to get some like little hand drums. I think that would be a lot of fun. Especially for like the first album that I want to create. I've come up with concepts for, what is it? 5 different albums that I want to create. Also might initially do some like fun breakbeat lo-fi stuff just as kind of like precursors to the rest of my music, because like I want to make music that I want to listen to. That's always going to be a goal for me. But I also it will be helpful for me, I think, through the process of learning how to actually put beats together and compile music and either I don't know if I'm ever well, I might be content just with using FL Studio and Reaper. I don't know, but if I ever feel that I like really would like to dig into Ableton, that could be a thing at some point. But for now, FL Studio and Reaper are free for the most part, so like I think there's some like restriction to using FL Studio for free. I can't recall what it is. I might have to end up getting Ableton anyway. But for now, just like experimenting with stuff that meets my needs. But anyways, eventually, like as I'm learning how to make music, it would be nice to have put out some things that are kind of, it will be nice to feel like I've accomplished something. That's it, really. I don't want to necessarily say that it's exactly a precursor to my album concepts, but it'll be something. Anyway, I had to write some more poetry too. I miss just writing, like getting bored and coming up with poetry, or any creative thing really, but like I miss coming up with poetry. It was such a how do I describe that? It felt like such a like soft feminine thing for me. I really miss that. I'm a scary baby. By the way, in terms of this is not necessarily relevant to anything else I'm gonna say on the stream. Like I'm gonna get into some real shit by the end of the stream, but I kind of just wanted to start it in like a pleasant, like it's a feminine way of going about things, okay? But I'm a scary baby. I'm a scary baby. The imagery that brings to mind for me is hilarious to me, and just confirms for me all the more that I am the scary baby Spice in terms of like the Spice Girl personality spectrum. I've determined that that's my brand. It's a scary baby. Take that as you will. Baby, so the baby part is like kawaii and rainbows and fairies and unicorns. Very like bubbly, wholesome. And the scary part is goth and punk and like nonconformist. So it's always a kind of, it strikes me as a strange mix of styles, but I really think it suits how I am usually. Like, definitely at my most authentic. Um, yeah, which is, like, I get that that puts some people off, um, seeing that mix of things, because punk can be, like, punk, goth, like, hard alternative can be a little shocking, it can be a little scary, but, just the way that I've like developed as a person, I think that's I've always found ways to like put a kitschy spin, I think, on things that were scary to me, like genuinely like disturbing to me. Um, and that was how I dealt with a lot of things in my past, I think, to an extent. But yeah, I don't know. Now it's kind of informed to an extent who I am today. So yeah, that's fun. That's gonna be really interesting, like bringing that out, and particularly in the EDM album that I want to make, and the pop album and rock album. We'll see how it goes. I also I'm not completely decided on whether like the R&B album concept that I have is going to be a good if I don't know if that's necessarily going to fit with my timeline. Does that make sense? But we'll see. We'll see, because I have seen in premonitions of like my music career development that there definitely will be an integration album at the end, or at least that's like what I would want to build up to, and trying to make sure that I still have the energy for it in the end of my career, which already indicates that the previous albums may denote like different aspects of my system and different parts of my system that are kind of like fragmented from each other. So it might still be possible, but I don't know if it will be like a full lean in, if that makes sense. So we'll see. We'll see. Because I think I might have had some premonitions about how my path goes on different timelines, oddly enough. Because time is like, I mean, really, basically any premonition is going to be about a possible future, because every decision that you make kind of takes you closer to one future or another, but some decisions are much more effective in changing the route of your path, I think. We'll see. Excuse me, we'll see how it goes. I felt bad about like taking a day off today, but it was probably good to do that anyway, because I wouldn't have time to do that any other day of the week. So this way I feel like I'm being somewhat productive today. I still need to do my laundry, yes. Yes, I know. Bad Ainsley. But anyway. I don't really know. Oh, this is already on topic with what I was what I was saying. I don't really know how I know that the premonitions that I've had are things that are yet to happen. Well, with some of them, like, it's clear based on where I am right now anyway, or just based on like what my age seems to be in the premonition. In terms of premonitions for others, I kind of get nervous reading others, I think. I feel like it would be a little more difficult to tell the difference between whether it's something that has yet to happen or a memory of something that has happened if it includes someone else. But I've had some premonitions about things that happen between me and the guy that I'm gonna be like talking to and giving messages to. Fuck. I hope that doesn't make anyone feel more insane. I mean, I have to be clear enough about who I'm talking to. Fuck, dude. I still believe that I need to make this decision though, and go through with trying to reach out in this way because I have an anxious attachment style. I do. And it concerns me when I've been saying for a while, like, my memories they've come back and he still hasn't reached out to me. So I don't know what's happening, and it concerns me. Not just out of like concern for your well-being, but also like, what's going on? What is this? What's going on? Come on! It's like, let's get something going if we're both feeling the same way. So yeah. And I can't stop thinking about you. What was I saying? What was I talking about? I forgot. I don't really know how I knew though. No, because I knew. So like, I know what has happened already, and that allows me to know whether the premonitions that I have are actually premonitions or memories. I hope that makes sense. But then it's like, if you recover a memory later, how do you know that that's not a premonition? I don't really know how I know that, but I just do. I hope that makes sense, but I really don't know. I really don't know how I know. That doesn't really make me question like whether my judgment of what memories how that I recollected are actually memories, but well, and I want to. I'm trying to think for a moment because a case just came into mind that contradicted what I just said. Yay for remembering things that I didn't remember before, but there's like a deja vu sense that I get sometimes when I'm in certain places and I'm not actually certain if I've already been there or if I've had premonitions about being there. So it is okay. I was wrong. I was wrong about my intuition. It is a little. It's a little complicated. How do I... but when it comes to when it comes to memories of stuff that's like way in my past, I feel like it's easier to tell. I guess so much of it depends on the place that I'm in during the memory or the premonition. Because if I'm like around the same age, in that and in the same place, then it can get a little bit confusing. Like it's the context clues that let you know really whether it's in the past or in the future. I guess. I guess. Yeah. Now I think that's a conclusion that I came to earlier, but it's yeah. Anyway, that's that. That's that. That's fine. I will be moving out soon. Yay! Yay! I still need to get the background check done and like sign the lease and pay the first month of rent. That was kind of put off because of what happened last week, but yeah, sorry, I have some like boxes in the background. I will be moving out. I'll probably be moving my stuff next week. We'll see. I still have to pack up quite a bit of stuff, but it shouldn't be too much. Yeah, it's just gonna take a lot of like physical energy to move all this shit. It's not a whole lot. Oh no, but then when I take into account the furniture pieces that I picked up, it'll take some time. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go get a drink because I feel like I need to pause for a little bit. And then I'm gonna come back and give those messages to a certain someone. And hopefully we'll see something come away from this. That's not what I wanted to say. Hopefully the desires will be incorporated into reality. We'll see. Okay. I will be right back. Okay. I'm back. I'm gonna get my hairs cut soon after I move out. It's down like to my shoulders now, and it's at an awkward place where it looks bleh. Bleh. It looks kind of masculine, but I don't necessarily want to go for that. I still don't feel really feminine, which is interesting to me. Like my gender kind of fluctuates, or well, the gender that I present as fluctuates because I have deity, but I guess my male alters just haven't like wanted to front all that much. I don't know. I'm a mostly feminine system anyway. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to the curtain bangs too, because I really liked that vibe. I don't know. Well, okay, I think the blunt bangs look really cute. But I have to keep like keeping up with them, making sure that I trim them every once in a while. And I don't know, man. I don't want to look like a fucking Angora cat. I feel like the curtain bangs kind of suit where I want to go with my style anyway, so yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll do E. I'll do that. I'll change it back to curtain bangs. Anyways, alright. So, I'm talking to you. You know who I'm talking to. It's you. my lover, my friend, my comrade. So I'm gonna share all the messages and the email that I sent to you, because this may be the easiest way for you to see what I'm trying to put out there, to communicate with you. I don't know. I've been like texting you every day. But I deleted some of the text because I got embarrassed by my own ranting and you weren't responding. That started like over a month ago, I think. And I hadn't recollected everything that happened between us yet, but yeah, there was more there than I thought there was. Like, there was a point where I was like, I definitely remembered everything. No, that wasn't the case. Which is so annoying. Anyways. If you can get past that, I can get past that. So I'm gonna read the... Do I want to read the... Yeah, I'll read the text first. No, I'll read the email first. Because it's a more polite way of putting things, and I know what you like, so I want to save the better part for last. So anyway, make you work for it a little bit. All right. So anyway, the email starts with, "Hi, this is a message for insert name and him alone. This email is of a very personal nature, so I would like to ask that you not read this out loud on a live. Thanks in advance for just saying that, because I remember seeing you read someone else's email that was of a, yeah, I would say of a romantic interest nature. And I wanted to share some very personal things, and I also don't know how much you exactly want to share with your audience anyway, so yeah. But in terms of my audience, like, I don't have much of an audience, so it should be okay. And there isn't like a whole lot of reference to your identity in this, so I think that'll be okay. Hope it'll be okay with you. If not, you could just like let me know. Let me know. You could let me know whether it's okay with you or not, and whether I should take it down or not. Okay, anyways. So it's... And I will say my name, because I don't... Yeah. I'm fine with my actual identity being shared with this audience. I already have my Twitch username on my like personal Instagram. Which I understand why some people have like criticized. Not necessarily criticized, but like said, you know, that's not necessarily a good idea. I don't really care though. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me that those things are connected. Anyways, so my name is Ainsley, not Ashley. I still feel the pangs of regret for giving you the wrong name, even though I know why I did that and that it made enough sense for me to. I've been in very close touch with my intuition for almost as long as I can remember, and I have visions of my future, one of which included you possibly being exposed to my sister and a chance encounter at a farmer's market, which I wanted to avoid because my sister is, in my opinion, a hyper-competitive, envious B-word, to put it plainly. And as her little sister, I know she wouldn't listen to me. As that event came to pass, I realized I hadn't recollected all of our time together yet. It would have put me through a lot of strain not having time enough to process any memories that may have come up in having conversation with you, and I didn't want to put you through the pain of speaking with me while I wouldn't have known all the references to our interactions. So, I think that was perhaps the wisest choice. You turn my insides in a way that feels unprecedentedly grounded. You give me butterflies, essentially. I feel generally incredibly grounded and light around you, also, which is a lovely feeling. Writing this email is kind of nerve-wracking. I've tried over and over to come up with the words that would help you understand, that would hit all the right points while not assuming too much. I just hope that this communicates everything that I need it to in order to engender a response and hopefully clear up some of the confusion. There's been a lot of confusion. This connection has been very confusing at times. I can't even sometimes with it. Because there have been a lot of points where I had wanted to just like tear down the normalcy of my life. But I was in such a state every time I remembered more about my past that it was terrifying to me to do that. And I think I don't know if you know a whole lot about my trauma past, but I think if I tell you more about it, you might understand. It might explain some things. But I know that I know that it wouldn't explain everything that's like happened between us that was confusing. I just want to have a conversation. I don't even necessarily know all of what is like what needs to be brought up for us to clear, like have some clarity on. There are some things that may just be like lost to time. But it would be helpful to go through that like slow process of just like opening up about those confusing points whenever they come back. Like come back up in our minds, I guess. And I hope sorry, I just saw somebody's name that I don't necessarily want to remember. Not right now. So, communication would be good. Anyway. Where was I? Hopefully this will clear up some of the confusion. I anticipate further communication bringing needed clarity. You just said, also I understand initially confirmation of my identity possibly being a concern. Do let me know what I can do to help with that, if that's an issue. I don't think it is at this point, but I don't know if there's still some doubt in your mind. So let's get exploratory and see. Alright? Because one sign is one thing, but you gotta look at a bunch of different things to be able to determine. And I understand it may be difficult to tell if someone is lying to you or not, if they're trying to just manipulate your perspective to get a certain thing out of you. But trust is built over time, and I'm pretty convinced that I'm not very good at lying, and I don't think that I could lie for very long. It took me about like 8 months, I think, to break. When it comes to my family and like feeling like, that's not how I want to word that. Okay. This is an example. With my family, I have felt like I had to like pretend to be okay with them. Moving back in with my parents was not necessarily the most ideal thing to me. So I feel like I had to pretend for a time that I was okay with that and with things. It took me about like 8 months, I think, before I just lost my mind and broke. Um, so that seems to be the amount of time that I am able to pretend about something, just like wholly as a system. So I'll put that out there. Again, trust is built over time, and the more that we get to know each other, the more that you'll like be able to tell if the whole identity confusion is still an issue. If that isn't, great, we can move on from that. Oh boy. Okay, I believe last we saw each other. Oh, this is getting into some shit. Take some stuff. And I reference this in the messages that I sent as well. So you'll get kind of a different style of talking about that, I guess. I believe last we saw each other, you were ornery with me in a Walmart in Kansas. I sorely wish that I had been able to recognize you then. And honestly, I was scared. The energy was palpable, and I didn't know why you were upset with me. It seemed like you were upset with me in particular. At least that was the fear I had. So my immediate reaction as someone who I don't recognize seeming to be angry at me is to avoid. Yeah. I'm sorry I wasn't able to talk with you then. Further, I don't like claiming the name. I'm gonna leave that blank there because I don't necessarily want to show that on my stream, but the name that other guy used to refer to me, I don't necessarily like claiming that name as being part of my system. She is an alter of mine, but I didn't think that I could trust someone who I saw as being a stranger with that information. Looking back on things and all of the signs I've seen from what you've referenced, plus the music, plus my memories of you, it makes perfect sense that that was you. And that other guy was that other guy that y'all had to try to talk to me. Needs confirmation, because I still kind of can't believe that happened. I was confused, to say the least. So, yeah. It was, from my perspective, it was so incredibly absurd to me. Because I was literally just doing my thing, shopping at Walmart, buying this beautiful little blanket, and and then you show up and you had like this angry energy about you and like yelled out the name Ashley, and I was like, I don't know who you're talking to me. Oh Lord. And then in the heat of the moment, my brain just started coming up with a song to soothe myself. It was incredibly absurd. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need us to talk to each other. Oh my god. I need us to have direct communication. It's starting to kill me a little bit inside. Oh god. And then he was there. I'm like, okay, this isn't real. I literally was like, I do not know if I'm awake right now or not. Um, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? I want to know what y'all were trying to do, man. Like, what? What was that? It would have looked so bad, too. Is the thing. Because I don't know if you knew, but the guy that took me in for a time, he was a disgusting person, by the way. When he picked me up from the airport, he was like latching onto my arm. And I am 100% certain that that was seen by the security and like the cameras. So if I, as someone who ran away from home, appeared to be possibly being kidnapped, it would have looked really, really bad if I went with y'all. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm glad I hate the fact that I didn't recognize you then, and was not able to talk with you, but given the circumstances, I also am a little bit grateful that that I didn't really have to make that decision, because I don't know if I would have made, I don't know if I would have been able to make the right choice in that moment, because memory do be painfully not where I needed to be all the time. So anyway, I got really emotional there, but yeah, that was an absurd time. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on that. What's happening? What's happening? Okay, anyway, I would like to touch, I'm gonna move on. I would like to touch briefly on my talking to a few people. Wait, what is this part even about? I don't recall. Oh, okay. Okay, I know what this is about. Okay, so it might, so here's the thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and say what's in the email anyway, but just in case. I'm not 100% certain that that what I'm seeing is possibly you making reference to me in your streams is actually that. I don't know until you directly contact me. I do not have full confirmation of that being the reality until you directly contact me or like directly talk to me. You gotta send me you gotta give me something. Anyway, so that being said, this next bit, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's like necessarily based on assumption, but we'll see. I'm trying to think, because like, I'm trying to call to mind like what I remember you saying in your streams, in reference to this. My memory's not wanting to work with me right now. Okay. This is about the leeks. The leeks. Not the vegetables, but yeah. You get what I'm saying. I would like to touch briefly. Well, okay, but if I go into the details of this, I don't know if you want me to share that. So I'm not going to share that. We don't know what the leaks are. We don't know. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Lord have mercy. So we'll leave that undefined. But that is in the email. I explain a little bit about that and like what's going on with that. Okay. So past that paragraph, my memories are staying this time. For good, it seems. For good. Yeah, I started recollecting my memories a couple of years ago, and they have stuck with me since. A lot of other memories have come back slowly over the past couple of years, but particularly around relationships. Memories of past relationships that I had that I have blocked out for different reasons have slowly come back. So, I'm finding myself repeatedly unable to forget any of the major events in my past now. This iteration of my memories having come back started a couple of years ago, a little over 2 years ago. Actually, it's more like 2 years and 6 months at this point, because it was November, December, January. I'm not counting October because it was started at the end of October. So November, December, January, February, March. February, March, April. Yeah, almost 6 months now. Almost 2 years and 6 months. So there have been a lot of things that have slowly come back to me over that period. I recollected our past in full. That has to be updated actually now, because I thought that was, I gotta change that in the message, because I had thought that I recollected everything last October when I wrote this first, but no, that was not the case. It was last month, really. Yeah, in February or early March. Let me look at my calendar. That might help. I think it was, so that was that week, and then a couple weeks, it was like the beginning of March. End of February, beginning of March. So I'm gonna say March. Yeah, early March at the latest. Around, yeah, so I recollected our past in full, I want to say around early March of this year, which is insane. Okay. There are a few things still hanging on uncovered that finally came through. I want to say, I think I can say at this point that everything major has come back in my memory, but my mind continues to surprise me. But I feel secure enough in what I know now. Maybe we should give it some time, perhaps, because the last time I recollected a really major relationship in my life that I blocked out. I ended up eventually recollecting after like months of pining after this person that they were involved in doing some things that really traumatized me. So I want to say let's give it some time, but also my heart just, it wants what it wants. It wants what it wants. It's been incredibly painful. With like knowing that you're not in my life and knowing that you're not around, that has, I've never felt this way about anyone before. It's such an intense, deep love. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Just period. I don't know what to do. It just speaks to me as something that I have to pursue. So yeah. Like it feels like it's meant to be. So yeah, I kind of just have to like run with that because I'm trusting God at this point. I'm placing my trust in God in that He has good plans for me. So this is meant to be. It must be a beautiful fucking thing. It must be fucking beautiful. I don't know why I'm getting so dramatic. Okay, I need to chill. It's like 12:40. That's probably why. I need sleep. Okay. Also, I will note that you can ask me literally anything and I will answer back as best I can. All of my heart, Ainsley S. And that's the end of the email. Okay. Now I'm going to read you the messages that I've sent. Yay! Which I get into some rants. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be I'm crying. It's gonna be good. I don't know what the fuck I'm feeling right now. Okay. Okay. It's not really uncertainty necessarily. It's just like a little bit of cringing at myself, I guess, and yeah, I don't know. Anticipation. Okay. Okay. So I wrote in a message to you. Multiple messages. Paragraphs. Oh Lord. Alright, I just got back from a little stay at a little place for my mental. I'm going to bug you and email you every day until you hear me. I'm going to do that. Full warning, you're gonna get messages from me every day. Until you say something, because I have an anxious attachment style. And I'm tired. Not being able to talk with you. Okay. I'm also messaging insert person's name. Every day for reasons. You were right. He deserves more than I ever had the patience for. And my mind is more open now. I'd like to be his friend. As for you, I just need you to read my goddamn email I sent you. And more. Just read the email though. It will explain a lot. So I've given that in this stream. Also look at my stupid posts on Instagram recently. That reading meant a lot to me. I think I'll read what that post was. I'll get to that in a minute. But that reading meant a lot to me. I did a divination card reading. I didn't go into it with any expectations. I just needed a sign about which of you was meant for me. I saw more of you in the cards than anyone else. It's clear enough. And I know that you've watched at least one of my stupid streams. So please just reach out if you want to talk. I have so much I want to say and ask, but I don't want to make you think I'm delusional in any way, or that if I am, I hope it's fine. But mentally, I'm flourishing, despite, really, greatly despite the circumstances. And just some reminders. I am writing a song in response to what was in the teaser you just released. I can tell it will take a while just to finish how I want the lyrics to be in the melody. Okay, and then I started ranting. What do you want from me? What do you want to happen? Talking about the engines roaring in my face. You scared me with your anger and I couldn't recognize you then. I'm sorry. I thought you were a stranger. I hadn't remembered everything yet anyway. I've been hurt so many fucking times by people I gave my all to, and that's why I was so fucking afraid to remember everything that happened between you and I. I couldn't stand another possible case of me being hurt by someone that I love. Fuck. I'm ranting again. I never wanted it to be like that. And my sister, I knew she was going to be a bitch about things if you and her met. They don't fucking tell me the truth about my past. They don't. They really don't. And I don't know what to do about that, because I asked them for some time to put things, to reserve some things for box 5 for later, for us to be able to talk about later. And they won't talk about it now. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. And I wish someone would tell me. And it's not... Part of it is like, I don't... For years, I didn't want them to talk to me about the traumatic things that they put me through. I didn't want them to talk about it around me because it would remind me of it. Them being my family, my folks. But I needed to be able to keep some level of normalcy aside, you know, in the parts of my life where I didn't remember my trauma. To be able to heal, to be able to function. To be able to function to the best that I could. And I never saw it the same way as them. I never saw it the same way. I can't read your name right now. Because I don't have the... Oh, I don't have the... Oh. I'm sorry, I don't have the little notification bar in my OBS overlay set up right now. So I can't read your username, the person who just followed. But anyway, I just wanted to avoid pain, you know? It was never this thing to me of like whether they were real to me or not about my trauma. Like, I just wanted to not have to think about it. all the goddamn time. Now that I'm able to remember it all, I can have a conversation, but they're either their memories are blocked out about it, or they've just continually been lying to me. Maybe they feel like things can't be rectified between us. I never saw it the same way that they did. Never. They knew that. They knew that, and they've still cared to enough of an extent to get me this far. And I'm grateful for that. I'm incredibly grateful for that. It's just a lot to hold still. And even beyond that, like the dialectical processing that I have to do around it is so difficult sometimes. Anyways, that was kind of an aside, but yeah, I can definitely talk about all that stuff later. Nah. There's a lot that I can... There's a lot that I have enough knowledge about at this point that I can explain well enough. So, that's that. That's that. There's a lot that, yeah, there's just a lot that I want to be able to have conversations with you about. A whole lot. Yeah. Anyway, so rest of the messages. I guess I had to get that out at some point. I talked about some of what was in that rant in the email in a more polite way. Needless to say, I'd love to be able to sit down and talk with you about everything. All the little things and all the everythings. Please just reach out or respond in some way. A simple, hey, how are you? Would more than suffice. And, yeah, let's get something going, please. Please. If we're on the same page about being interested in being in each other's lives, let's go. Let's do it. I'm ready to take that leap. I really am. My mental health got worse because I'm so frustrated with the distance. So yeah, please reach out. Let me read the posts that I made, and then I've got to go to bed and maybe eat something because my stomach hates me right now. Okay. So I made a vent post and then a post about the reading. And I could give, so I could talk about this, like what's in this event post in more depth. It's getting kind of late, so I might save that for another day. No, but I want to put it in this one. I want to put it in here. But okay, this oh goodness, this stream in its entirety will be hefty. But sorry, didn't mean to bump the microphone. Ugh. Okay. So I'll read this first and then explain. So I have the post-its. I have to put this out there. I'm sick of opening up to people that don't understand. I'm sick of pretending that I can keep it together without being exactly on the path that I was meant to be on. How do I place meaning in a life that never grew? Because I refuse God's shining opportunity for me out of fear and distrust. I want someone real. Someone who I am meant to be in contact with, to effing talk to me, please. I'm sick and tired of this shit, living without living, crying without feeling, because I'm afraid that if I do, my world will burn while my eyes are closed. I'm tired of not being able to just fucking talk to people that I know would get it instantly. Please talk to me. Preferably over text first, but like read my email to you too, that would be great. I remember plenty enough. I have been healing and recollecting memories for the past 2 years, and my mind has finally been stable enough to hold it all. Don't be shy to me. I'm here. And I'll be moved out in a couple of weeks, so yeah, I literally ended it like that. So yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. So I had some premonitions. I don't know when I had these premonitions, actually. Interestingly enough, I had some premonitions about what my path would be like if I had chosen to accept recruitment. And it, I really do feel now that it was meant to be, and that I was supposed to say yes. I understand why I didn't say yes. But again, I kind of wish over more than one great decision in my life, great in power, I wish I had been a little more trusting. I wish I'd been at least an ounce more trusting. But I also get why I wasn't, so I still have to have like respect for myself, you know? And there just were so many times where I was trusting to the wrong people. I know why. It's because of my trauma. So yeah. That's why I've kept such like hard and fast boundaries. But I wish, looking back on things now and like realizing what I feel most fulfilled doing and like what seems to be God's plan for me, I really wish I had made that trusting choice at the right time. And I wonder how things, it could have been so great. Things could have been so fucking beautiful and great if I'd done that. I feel like where I ended up is just a consequence, and how I ended up getting hurt again and again in my early 20s as well. I feel like that was just a consequence of my deciding not to accept recruitment. I recognize and I remember that you haven't always believed that that happened to me. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to fucking tell you, dude. I remember what I remember, and I can't change that. I can't discount that. I can't discount my own memory. That's madness. So yeah, this is what I believe has happened. This is what I believe it is. Take it or leave it. Yeah. I'm glad I'm at a point where I can like come out and say all this stuff though, because it's just been rolling around in my head. Really, a lot of like good things have like started to snowball for me over the past like month or two. So I'm generally feeling pretty good, but yeah. I'll see what the response is and try to keep my head on about things. Yeah. Because no matter what happens, I'm gonna take care of myself. And yeah. I'm gonna make sure that things don't get too hairy for me mentally. So yeah. Okay, and this next one. Okay, this next one is fun. This next one is more pleasant. So I did a little card reading because I sorry. Just remembered that I had to not say his name. I have to tell you, I watched your friends' music videos, and I was confused for a moment, and so I needed some confirmation from my cards. I kindly asked the cards today who I meant to be with, and again, this is another thing of like, I know what I remember, and I'm going with that as being the truth because I cannot discount my own memories. So yeah, I do believe that it's true that I'm that girl. That girl. Which so I feel weird about it still, because like I understand the implications of it. It's greatly significant. Um, I know who I am, though. I know what it be. I know who I was. And who I apparently will be to some effect. Who I will possibly be. So, yeah. This is a hefty reading. Starting in the top left, I kindly asked the cards today who I'm meant to be with. Starting in the top left, we have the human myth, the flirt, and thinking of you reversed. So this is a person. Again, I want to reiterate that where is it? I can remember the words I wanted to say. I didn't go into it with any expectations. Into that reading with any expectations. I just need a sign about which of you was meant for me. And then, so like I did the reading, like talked aloud to myself about it, and then wrote this post. So I already knew who, like who this confirmation in the cards is about. Before I wrote this post. So, so this is a person I had seen something supernatural in. The flirtation, this is what I saw in the cards. The flirtation was strong, and I've been having a lot of obsessional visions about them, but I haven't been thinking about them as they are, like romantically daydreaming yet. So that's a reverse on the card. It's there, but not yet. Then we have Believe reversed, Moon Secrets, Fire Element, and Companions. It's hard for me to believe yet that they have any interest in me. I don't know until you contact me. And but this person that this is the person. But this is a person that knows my secrets. Moon secrets also signifies cycles, and our meetings have followed a pattern astrologically. We have a fiery energy for one another and see each other as companions, comrades, if you will. I find it so serendipitous that the checker pattern is on her back in that card. It's a, let me describe that. I could just show it. My camera, wait a minute. The image on that card was really significant to me. See that there. Companions. There's like a checker pattern on her, the back of her corset. Everything about that card is perfect to me. Then a final confirmation of their identity, the tattoo fairy. This person finds a lot of meaning in the tattoos they've had inked on their body, always, and painting poppies. The red on her dress and always speaks to me. It's like a deep red. That means a lot to my system. There are a few altars in my system that have like dark red as kind of their like theme color. Super feminist badasses, by the way. And so yeah, the red on her dress speaks to me. And painting poppies, that card is all about creativity. And where have I found my creative flow the most? That magic in incorporating something into being, it has been with this person. I was the most creative and alive I have ever been around him. Around you. Yeah. Then one final question, what was the meaning of the moment? For his friend, I don't know if that's gonna reach, I many signs. Anyway, the green fairy represents healing, all that is within my soul, and that gift in me for connection with nature has acted as a tether at times for those lost and feeling broken in the dark. A tether back to light, love, and spiritual healing. A shard of light of hope. It is a love not romantic and not sexual per se. It is agape, the essence of compassion, or God's love for his children. The earth element is all about grounding in nature. This reading shows the inherent power of nature to heal. Then whispers of spring reversed. I am on the right track. The season, the time is aligning for a blessed moment of oxygen to reach me in my own. It is on its way, so long as we can get into contact with each other and incorporate these good visions into reality. And I can magnify the meaning of always to me. I can do that. So on that note, I really gotta go. I've gotta sleep. I love you. I hope you're doing well, and good night. Or good morning. Oh shit, what is... Give me a moment. See what time... Yeah, anyway, good night. It is nighttime. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a lovely, lovely time. I apologize to all my other viewers if you feel neglected. I will get back to streaming after I move out, and I figured my schedule out for sure now. So it's gonna be, yeah, I'm sorry I haven't, like, streamed a whole lot over the past month. I said that I would do that more, but life kind of took over, and I will have more time after I move out there. I'm gonna have Mondays and Wednesdays open. Thursdays in the evenings possibly as well. I think I want to do Mondays and Wednesdays in the mornings. We will see. I'm not going to put any specific time on it because every time I've set a specific time, my HD hates me. So I will see you when I see you. Probably in a couple of weeks on a Monday or a Wednesday. I hope you're doing lovely. Blessed wishes to you and yours. You and yours. You and yours. Finality. Finality? Question mark. I'm just saying words. Good night. Have a good time. Nah. Yeah.